at a piece. It's of note. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, game 2 of this best of 3. Miasma Esports enjoy the luxury of first pick, first ban after Scorpion Raccoon has taken us over the Sky Temple. Do they venture outside the norm? Or do they try to play it standard?
It's Sky, so you could always go Abba again. Nothing stops you. They banned the Genji. Are they on the same sides?
Yeah, Miasma Esports is on the right. So
That could be the Genji ban, and they just plan on playing the Slug Life once more.
they can't. They because Genji wasn't the problem for their Abathur pick.
Everybody was the problem, though. Like, Earthshaker found him repeatedly.
Right. Like, okay, Dahaka's gonna get banned. A lot of macro pressure with Dahaka. He soaks the lane. He pushes into Bruiser Camp during the second temple, and then he shows up. That's a strong ban. A new Brack is gonna be the first pick. I like that choice a lot. Oh my word. So the statement being made here, Source. You take Abathur. Your Abathur goes on to die 4 times. We're going to take Abathur ourselves into 1-2.
Yeah, well, now you've got, like, a real Abba combo. Like, that was the other thing, is they were doing Abba with no real great Abathur. I don't think that Arthas is a great Abba clone. I don't think that Cassie is the best Abba clone.
I'm inclined to agree.
So I think double Abba clone, double Greymane, like that looks a lot cleaner. Maybe it works out better for them. They don't get as hardcore hunted. I mean, Falstaff's looking to kill some Abathur. Like that's his deal.
Source, when you consider the subtext of these draft picks, you know, this isn't Hero League, this isn't Team League. You're looking on the other side of the aisle. You see your opponents more than once in the best of 3. Taking that Abathur just might be the spark that Miasma Esports needs. Imagine you go into the grand finals, you lose game 1, your Abathur gets called out a few times. Okay, shake it off, new game, whatever. But you're gonna stick the history of game 1 in the face of Miasma Esports by taking Abathur in a 1-2. There's a little bit in every competitor that's just like, really? Like, I mean, you're just going to try.
Better as a game 5 tactic, like, or it's better in a best of 5 because then you do it game 2, and then if you wreck them with it, you break them mentally and win 3-0. Like that's usually how you play that. Pulling it back the next game just literally means you think your comp is better with it, and same comp equals same.
If it ain't broke, I mean, this is just a shot across the bow to Miasma Esports. It's just like, we got you on game 1. We're going to use your own Abathur and look to get you on game 2. Do you tilt if you're Miasma Esports when you look across the aisle and you see that Abathur, or does this say it's like, all right, guys, now we turn it up to 11 because
Tilt or galvanize.
Yeah, they took it there. They really took it there.
It might, just because Abba's not really meta right now, so it's not like he's like a super common pick. I mean, both teams could also just be big Abathur players. Monk Li Ming, so super standard comp.
Kara seems something of a surprise to me, but
yeah, but like it's also not like the general makeup of that composition is a mage, an auto attacker, a bruiser, a warrior, a bruiser, a tank, and a support. Like it's as clean cut as you get, and it's into double warrior, so they're gonna get some value off of the monk, maybe.
I like it, and the more I'm thinking about it, I think this is gonna be one of those galvanizing situations for Miasma Esports. I had one of the richest chortles I've had watching a Li Ming delete someone in a while. Watching Necromongers vanish Brightwing off the map on Warhead Junction. So you lose game 1. It's like, all right, that's fine. They got us. Okay, they're gonna sit there and before our eyes take Abathur. Give me Necromongers like give me Li Ming. Just give me Li Ming and watch the fireworks. I think we're gonna see Li Ming go off. Personally.
One reset rips through that team, but are they gonna get like is Abba gonna get value this game?
I don't know. I mean, Falstad could be there at a moment's notice. We'll find out though, but this could potentially be the last game of the night. Game 2 on the left side, Scorpion Raccoon looking at the closes, set out. Souray's on Abathur, Nailter's playing Malfurion, Earthshaker's on the Orc, Electromad is playing Greymane, and Jazz is once again on Mirth.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Haven't thought.
And over on the right is gonna be Miasma.
I'm sorry, I got really caught up on a thought. On the right, it's gonna be Miasma. Vestige
Professor
on
at
the
work.
Nimbarak, Zero Max on the Kerosene, Necromongers on the Li Ming, DC on the Falstad, and Lexuther on the Arthas. Yeah, I was like super caught up in a thought. I was thinking about something.
That's the Professor at work right there. A little bit of sparks fly at the beginning. Jazz trades barbs with Lex Uther. No principal elements taken down. Just saying hi to one another. Jazz will be able to patch himself back up by way of his trait. Root goes in, spots out a potential gank opportunity. Vestige burrows up a 0 max. Necromonger's not too far off. Both these teams kind of jockeying position right now.
So, position-wise, Falstad into the Auric. That looks fine in the lane. Looks like it's going to be hat build for the Abathur, so pretty standard so far. They need to get more value off this Li Ming top, though. Like, they're starting to get the push now, but Li Ming needs to have already been chunking down the tower so that they can take the top shrine and then, leverage that into more value.
Sky Temple is a map where there's a very sustained progression of events, so you definitely get those situations where, like, by now, this sort of thing should have happened. And I agree. I feel like Li Ming might have been able to pressure that more once they identified the numbers matchup. Could have led to a top 4 getting claimed early on, but Zero Max looks around, sees he's kind of on his onesie, starts to back away. But right now, I mean, Miasma Esports trying to put pressure. Looks like they're ending up trading that.
Yeah.
Are they?
We'll see. We'll see how much value Electromat is getting with one good Abba hat. They should be able to body up here. Right? They've committed Falstad. They'll be able to get the rest of this top, but it won't be as good as they're like. Actually, Electromat not done.
These Steves has to use the barrel roll, hits double Z, is able to get out of there defensively. Lex Luthor gets chased down. Jazz and Earthshaker on the case. Stormbolt not going to be there. Arthas lives to fight another day. But, I mean, this middle temple is still very much up for debate. It's been swinging back and forth between both of these teams. Decent amount of shots left. This could be a thing.
All right, Falstad barrels away preemptively. They could still fight for this, but that's a dead Falstad.
Ooh. Yep. Well, if there was going to be any fight there, losing Falstad would definitely put the brakes on all that. So we should see the members of Scorpion Raccoon enjoy the rest of these shots. A little bit of pressure in the mid lane. And they're slightly had an experience as well. So after all things said and done, I feel like Scorpion Raccoon got the upper hand.
By far. They got upper hand in terms of how that played out. They managed to get the one takedown. They got soaked the entire time. Abathur's been having just good old time chilling, napping in that sleeping bag, winning.
The Pajamather does play. I would commend the skin selection there. On point. Lex Luthor does rotate down, tries to stop the assault in the bottom lane. The siege camp is already picked up. We see Falstad fly down as well. Earthshaker tips his feathered cap. Hits the old Wraith Walk. It's out of there before too much damage is done. Level 7 is not too far off them as Scorpion Raccoon are really starting to apply pressure as far as macro goes. Earthshaker might want to be cautious. He gets out.
Yeah, timing wise on this too with the Knights, it was an early Knights that it's easy for Electromad to clear that with the Abba Hat, and then they have their own Knights which they're holding until the Shrine comes up. That's always a little bit dangerous when you're dealing with characters like Li Ming and Karazim, who are for the most part willing to actually step up a little bit more than many of their other counterparts in that range. But they'll now hold those until that goes through. Abathur will get the push, and they will probably end up getting this fort top, depending on how long they're willing to stall in the bottom. If they manage to stall out, get any shots, get any takedowns, huge advantage, and they've got Mule.
Another thing to consider is that Falstad's been in the bottom lane. As far as macro decisions go, I feel like this is not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. Normally, you want your global in the top lane to clear out the potential bruiser camp and then show up in the bottom lane later by having Falstad down there. But hold on, Jazz finds himself in a world of hurt. He's able to dwarf toss out of there to return damage on Zero Max, makes him dash out of there. Electromad finds himself worse for wear. After it all, though, the siege camp should go over by way of Miasma Esports to get the impale on Earthshaker, who lands the Drain Hope, so he's able to get out.
Thing is that almost worked. They almost got the takedown onto Karazim. That goes through, and you're looking at a massive advantage. Now it's going to be a slight advantage because the Arthas is not back from top yet. He did manage to clear out the Knights, so they're not going to be super far behind, but they do have to be worried about level 10 coming in the middle of this fight.
Definitely. Abathur is in the top lane now, can soak safely. Earthshaker low on health, the barrel roll forward, and the orb would have been to take down one way or the other. The root goes in on Electromad, who's able to dash out of there, jumps back, throws in a Ghanaian cocktail. Jazz finds himself in an interesting spot. He'll dwarf toss if he needs to. Vest is going to come down, find Lex Uther and Zero Max getting the rest of these shots. They had to wait for Arthas to show up, but once he did, value was had.
Yeah, now that they've got people here, they can do some stalling or at least cause some trouble. It will not end up being that much value, actually. They only managed to get a portion of the wall. Now they'll get this outer fort. There's no point in muling that, but if any real damage gets dealt... Oh, they might have Arthas.
Lex Uther in a tough spot. The Wraith walk forward gets interrupted by the roots, so no advance or takedown there. Earthshaker potentially caught for it. Vestige hanging out still by the towers. He's just reminiscing about the times he got the upper hand and got the rest of the tower shots. But interestingly enough, the rest of the tower shots go over to Miasma Esports, and the bottom well survives.
Yeah, that's not good. Abba's getting value this game, and they didn't manage to secure that in a 4v5.
That is tough no matter what angle you try to perceive it. Level 10 is picked up, so now the Abathur clone will be in the arsenal of Scorpion Raccoon, who have again gotten their siege camp, and they're turning their eyes to this bottom fort. The Heroics not yet here from Miasma Esports. They can hang out and enjoy themselves. The root, the stun, the combination. Anubarak gets sent back to base. Jazz, Electromad, Earthshaker looking to continue to apply pressure. Twilight Dream silences at least one member. Arthas finds himself a long way from home. Karazim says, Vaya con Dios, and leaves Arthas to die.
Perfectly timed. Got it before they were 10. Pushed the advantage they gained off the Abathur, so that Abathur slapather in the face by picking it away is getting some value.
To say the least. Level lead and some change. Middle fort should get taken away here. Will it cost him Leoric? Looks like he's able to Wraith walk. No, he's not. A slim thread. Malfearion's going to get rocked as well. That's a lot of red. The Cocoon says, hold, please. Once he pops out of that, he stands to have a pretty bad time. Oh, no. Electromad, he's able to jump out. Ooh. I mean, let's be real. There was no way Electromad was getting that.
Are you really going to die for that fort? You're going to die for that fort.
I'm a man of my principles as well, but could you imagine if they actually killed him before he took that down?
I mean, auto attack slow on the fort was almost too much for them. All right, so now it's here's the thing. That's actually still fine. The fact that they got that, because that means all their shots are heading top. They're gonna get as much value off that as humanly possible. They'll rally their forces into the bottom. The Auric will be back. Abathur is still globally soaking, and he has Mule. So Mule should be dropping mid anytime.
Action wages on the bottom lane. The Intune goes in. Not going to be enough to secure a takedown. Electromad back to business on Greymane. Vestige burrows in. A boatload of damage goes on Earthshaker's face. He'll be a ghost for the next duration. The Mighty Gust goes in on the clone. Sour Ray looking to do damage to the backline with the clone. It does get taken down. Cocoon on cooldown. Gets used once more. The follow-up. The burrow. The root is going to miss. The Impale goes in, though. Dwarf Toss. Jazz is able to get out of there. Level 13 around the corner for both these teams. A very even fight so far.
So while all this is happening, nobody is on top or mid. I'd really like for Abathur to go mid and steal the last 2 shots that are there. I think that's where Lex is headed. He's just going to secure that, and the remaining members for Scorpion Raccoon will go bottom. Abathur actually could have tunneled in, grabbed that, ran away, gotten 4 shots without taking any damage. That would have been hilarious, but they muled up mid. They're going to get the value out of bottom. They're still worlds ahead. I mean, this is Sky Temple.
I mean, I go back to the whole principle thing. I don't think we're going to see Abathur venture too far. He doesn't want to die at all. Malfurion cannot say the same, though. The collapse damage is there, and the exclamation point sends Malfurion off the board. Ouch.
All right, they managed to get the well, but again, Abba's still global soaking. Abba's still muling mid. They'll be able to commit into bottom, but you know, it's essentially 3 forts to 2, even with the experience even.
I think what you have to do if you're Miasma Esports is go for this middle fort and confirm it right now, but they might be a hair late on that decision though. Because anytime there's at least 1% left on one of these forts, you're right, man, the mule's gonna come down, and before long they find themselves dealing with a fully healed structure.
Yeah, now they're realizing they need to back. They have to clear waves, get their mercenaries out. They can't just keep trying to push.
Bruiser Camp is going to get picked up. Presumably, it'll at least get captured. We'll see if they decide to stand on it and get that bad boy rolling. Bruiser Camp has made its way for the members of Scorpion Raccoon. With members of Miasma Esports there, they should be able to clear that out without too much value being lost, if any. But the macro pressure is starting to make itself apparent. 2 forts up. If you're a Scorpion Raccoon, you got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, they've got very, very clear advantage, a path to victory. Just continue to outsoak and outmacro your opponent, even though they're not super far ahead. Ooh, if they find this false dead.
Could it be? The Mighty Gus says no. These Thieves is like, I'm not about that life. Thank you very much. I appreciate the interest and concern, but I'm going to be okay. Earthshaker could be a potential target. Has the Abathur hat. Wraith Walk, is it going to be there? He actually turns to engage. You're locked in here with me. Throws down the Intune. D-Steve flies in. A huge flank. The Twilight Dream gets interrupted by a perfectly timed Cocoon. Malfurion waits for that to break. He'll have that back in a couple seconds. The clone. Sour Ray looking to do damage. Zero Max potentially caught in the middle. Earthshaker, plenty of health. Jazz, plenty of health. The engage goes in. D-Steve's potentially caught forward. Hits the barrel roll. Vestige the flank. The clone goes in. Gets some damage. Forces out the Divine Palm, which is not going to proc. Level 16 not here for either one of these teams. Trading barbs. No takedowns.
So Electroman didn't even get to use Go for the Throat, which is pretty significant. Was just pressured out too quickly. So they still have that in case anybody decides to show up and try and cause them some trouble. Again, as this progresses, I think that Miasma needs to find a very decisive team fight, and they lost someone too.
As they need to find a decisive team strike, they find out that Twilight Dream is a real heroic once it's not interrupted by Cocoon, and they wait for their support to come back.
Yeah, now that's going to lose them a lot of mercenary pressure. I don't think you go boss. I think that's far too bold. You might kill Li Ming. Nah, I think at this point you back up and gain yourself 2 temples worth of value. You're probably going to want someone to be top to help counter out this damage here. Maybe you mule. I would have muled earlier so that you could just slow that down and have somebody show up. But, oh, actually, now you totally mule. You ran away.
D-Steves is able to get some shots off of the top before flying away. The boss of all things will get started in range of one of the mines. So the members of Scorpion Raccoon definitely know what kind of shenanigans are going on here. Here comes the clone. The flank goes in. The Entomb is there. Leoric gets absolutely shredded in the early stages of this team fight. Necromongers is able to teleport away. The Cocoon goes in, as does the Mighty Gust. Disadvantage 30 seconds before Leoric comes back. 4v5 scenario. Miasma Esports have to try to make something happen here. They turn their attention to Murden, who is not going to survive for too much longer. He goes down.
So they actually cocooned the clone. They got the cocooned the clone Greymane, so not the main target they would have normally gone for. And I think that actually might have saved them, because I think it cut the damage that was going to be hitting Li Ming, and it saved them for a few seconds. Now they're going to get all the shots in bottom and pretty much just sack Leoric once again for the cause.
Earthshaker's like, guys, we've been here before. We know how all this plays out. He turned back down. He's just playing with him. He's like, I'm just going to kind of juke you for a little bit. I know I'm going. I mean, it turned out to be something of a debated style of situation. It's like Miasma starts the boss right in the face of the mines. And you see Scorpion Raccoon come in. And it's almost like a heroic on a 60-second cooldown that could put in any opponent on stasis. It's pretty good.
Alright, so there's going to be the clone. They already used the web wrap. Maybe they get enough damage. Actually, they gusted them out of the clone. If Twilight Dream actually manages to go off, doesn't.
The burst damage, Malfurion again is infuriated by not being able to cast Twilight Dream. Electromad starts to back away. The bottom keep in jeopardy. Electromad does get taken down. They do get Falstad for their trouble with this boss wailing on his bottom keep. That goes down. I do not think Miasma's feeling cheeky enough to try to end the game, but oh no. Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom, Sour Ray's been playing the banjo passively, helping himself to this top keep.
Yeah, it's going to take him a while before he can do it. He's going to basically need to use the burrow away. Because there's no way he gets that on his own unless he's willing to go full Slapather. And five keep shots will kill an Abathur. Now, those are both very dangerously low keeps. So it's 2 forts still up, which they have... Alright, they're muling top. So basically, top and mid are more or less untouched. Both top and bottom keeps for Miasma are in the danger zone. So, you know, unless you can get a win condition through bottom, which is highly unlikely without a boss, you're still looking at a pretty big disadvantage.
Absolutely. I mean,
as one shrine comes up, and now they can just do their thing.
I mean, Miasma Esports find themselves skating on thin ice. Sure, they don't have to deal with catapults just yet, but those are 2 very low health pool keeps, and that could be very much a win condition. They lose a team fight decisively here. Could very well cost them the game in the set. 1 temple showing up. Level 20 should not be here by the time it starts up. By the time it ends, this could be one of the last stands Miasma Esports has.
Yeah, and they have to go through 2 forts. So that's the big thing, is that this Shrine Maidel, even if they get it, isn't going to do anything. And, ooh, Falstad in some trouble. Does he have him? He missed the auto!
I think Electromag could have gotten that takedown if he was just a bit more persistent, but Falstad lives to fight another
Or
day.
you drop the Entomb.
Ooh. That's
The moment he starts getting ready to fly away, you drop the Entomb.
We'll see what kind of implications that has. The orb goes in from long range. Necromancer getting some of that range damage. Sour Ray venturing in with the clone. Gets taken down before too much happens. The Twilight Dream is not working out for Malfurion thus far. Malfurion gets taken down. Lasers trying to chase him out. Uh-oh. This is starting to get out of hand. We see the siege camp. Well, maybe it's not. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you get the takedown on Malfurion, and everyone else is able to get away. You still got forts 18 minutes in the game, so it could be worse.
Yeah. Now game's more or less even. Abathur's out of there. I think if Murden committed to that bottom keep, they get it. Now they have to worry about boss in a minute 10, so... they've got all these waves, they've got all this pressure, and no ability to actually finish those keeps.
So close, but so far. I mean, they venture that far and try to get them the old-fashioned way. That's going to be a pretty bold statement. And when you're still waiting for Malfurion to come back, it's just not really an option. But there's also a bit of frustration to be had from Miasma Esports. You get those last shots on the temple, but you know you're dealing with Mule, And you're in the same boat. You venture too far, you try to knock him down yourself. Cost you the game as well. So both of these teams just kind of looking at each other right now like, we kind of just have to wait for the next temple phase to show up, unless someone's just egregiously out of position.
Okay, so 20s are in. It's not that they can't find a fight. I just think they've been unwilling to commit hard enough to one. Also, like, just preemptively Twilight Dream. Like, just use it sooner. It's been canceled 4 times.
I know. Nelter's like, Nelter's gonna send his keyboard in for a warranty. He's like, I press my R key, and I'm expecting a Twilight Dream, and it just doesn't happen. I mean, he's gotten cocooned, uprooted, stunned, everything else. Like, he's just been flat out getting denied.
I mean, you got Bolt. You just gotta Bolt Twilight Dream just instantly. Like, that's just how you have to do it now. Because right now... Alright, so there are 2. So you play for top. You play for top more than anything, and you get the keep down.
Mm-hmm.
Then they come in to fight you, and you retreat out, and then you either fight from there, or you just run them in circles while Abathur soaks out a bottom. But you kind of needed to be top. The fact that they're not top is concerning, because that guarantees you keep.
Macro decisions having huge implications. We'll see what happens. But I mean, you're exactly right. The last game, when we saw Malfurion get some game-changing Twilight Dreams, it happened because of Bolt of the Storm. Like, Nelter just appears, bring you back to the fronts of our faces.
You just gotta meme and dream, man. Just gotta meme and dream.
You just gotta jump in there. Sour says ready. I guess they're already in position to get back into the game. All right.
I mean, he had to readjust his keyboard. It was off by a centimeter.
That's fair.
I just don't know why you're not top fighting. Mid is cool, you know. Guess that's where the party is, but it's not where you want to be. Just because all the other kids are going mid doesn't mean you need to. All right, they're rotating top now. Like they've realized, but they just aggress onto top. You know, there's only one person there.
It feels like their decisions have just been coming in stalled. They're not sure exactly what they want to do, and it's costing them shots on both of the temples. They're just wary of engaging and going in. They send Electromad up finally to get the top. That will confirm the top keep, and they should have done that weeks ago. But Lex Luthor, D-Steves, chunked down a little bit. Vest is looking for the right time, goes out for the Impale. Sour Ray drops the clone. They're looking to go. Drain Hope goes in, gets the full value off the 13 talent. Lex Luthor, the next target, has the armor for the moment. Sour Ray doesn't mind losing his clone. Not able to set up a takedown as the rest of the members of Scorpion Raccoon back away. This could be the time for Miasma Esports to make something happen.
Possibly. But there's also Mule. There's still plenty of time up. As long as you don't lose Earthshaker, you can start to reposition yourself off of mid. It's not the end of the world. There are 3 catapults, so Slapather better deal with those soon. Big wave in mid that someone's eventually going to have to go and clear, and I mean you can continue to fight slowly as long as you don't overcommit.
Miasma Esports going to find themselves frustrated if they don't win this. The Mighty Gus goes in. Earthshaker Jazz eating some damage, but they're the front line. Lex Luthor to target. Arthas goes down. Zero Max not able to get there in time with the Divine Palm. Earthshaker applying pressure to Necromongers, who's going to be able to dash out of there. Karazim doing what he can. Gets the Divine Palm. The orb is not going to be enough to inspire disengage. Karazim jumps over the wall. Not going to be enough. That's 2 arrows down inside of Miasma Esports. This could spell the end of the set.
It should be game. There's no Gust. There's no Cocoon. There's no there's nowhere for them to displace anybody, so they should be able to get this for free. Barring a super powerful Li Ming combo. They're actually going to commit the clone to hunt Li Ming down and just zone everybody off because they think this is their free win condition and just the way that they win this game.
It effectively is.
Wait,
See Vestas jump in. I'm not sure what.
Yeah, he's got a caddy on the core. He's gonna try and make this happen with 2 catapults. They've got the mule. He's got some damage. This is a legitimate threat. How he plays this into Electromad, he gusts early. That was a problem.
Electromad's like, yeah, that's not gonna fly, buddy. Against Falstad, no less, pun intended. So Jazz is gonna dwarf toss after Lex Luthor. It was a cheeky attempt, but Greymane has the damage to put the brakes on all of that. The bottom keep goes down as the boss makes his way towards the core. Ice block is gonna go in. Nelter sustains for the moment. Has Twilight Dream, uses Bolt of the Storm to get out of there. The core down to 80% and falling. Lex Luthor, Zero Max chasing after Nelter. Jazz on the core as well. Twilight Dream goes in. They could turn on Karazim. They're going to continue to wail on the core, and that's going to be G.
I mean, Twilight Dream got used. Count that as a win.
That's fair. That's fair. What once was a seesaw battle ends decisively in favor of Scorpion Raccoon. Their steady and consistent play allow themselves to be crowned the winners of Week 5 Heroes Hype Temple Storm series. Looking impressive, man. I thought they did really well.
Yeah, they may have been the lesser Chimera, but today they were the greater team.
Are they 60% Scorpion or 60% Raccoon? I don't know. We'll be able to ask them that soon enough.
God only knows which one of those is more effective in a game of Heroes of the Storm.
Soros, question for you, man. Have you played that new game, Hero Storm?
Nah.
No. You should try it out, man. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
That ain't me.
I'm really excited to ask them some questions, man. We're gonna get to hear from them. Their perspective is gonna be really interesting. Miasma Esports, though, they put up a good fight. It just seemed like they lacked the sustain. Solo Karazim, he had Divine Palm, but we didn't see too many that Divine Palm just kind of saved that team fight, and then Miasma was able to capitalize and turn things around. Maybe if they went with Rhaegar or something like that, they would have fared better. Who knows?
Possibly. I think the original Abathur thought on Time to Do was fine. It just needed cleaner execution.
Well, I mean, another thing to consider, Li Ming was the pickup again, and I was like, all right, this could be Li Ming's time to go off. He had the most hero damage of everyone on their team, but just didn't seem to be enough. It felt like Leoric and Murden both were able to just kind of smother Li Ming's damage. But we're going to get to talk to a member of Scorpion Raccoon. We have Jazz with us. Jazz, congratulations on your victory in Week 5 Heroes Hype Tempo Storm series. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, it feels really good. That last game was harder, but we pulled through, so that's good.
It is. Now, my question for you, Jazz. So, game 1, and I'm glad you're here interviewing out anybody, because game 1, Towers of Doom, Abathur shows up. Abathur goes down 3 times.
I wasn't the only one that did this, though.
I know. But three deaths. Abathur is hanging out in the bot lane. Do you just say, guys, I'll be right back, I've got a thing to do? What did you say to your team there?
I think I was thinking of going bot anyways, so I just went there and killed him. I know he's really greedy and not that great on Abathur, so he's probably gonna die from it. So I go in and I kill him.
Now
I kept my stun for his Z.
I was cracking up, man. If you look back at the VOD, you'll see I appreciated all that.
I will.
But my second question. So you get game 1. You go to Sky Temple, right? Now, Source and I were theorizing all the mental statements of going Abathur in your 1-2. What was that a message to Miasma Esports, or did it just so happen you were just like, we can play a good Abathur? What was that a statement to Miasma?
Yeah, for sure. First game, we were thinking of going Abathur first game too, but we're not sure, because we think Alarak is actually really, really good right now. So we're struggling to know, is Alarak so good that we need to first ban him, or can we, are these guys good at Abathur? But they went for Abathur. We tried to be greedy a little bit and pass the Abathur, but what we did was punish their draft around the Aperture. After, like you saw, we just picked everything that's like really, really good with Aperture, and they were left only with Cassia, which is still pretty good, but we felt pretty confident against the Aperture target, if you will.
Very keen decision making. I like that. You got any questions for him, Source?
You guys are pretty confident in how much you guys were willing to just draft the aggressive stuff, but as you got further and further into that game, it seemed to be playing more off the macro. Was that because the Twilight Dreams and those fights weren't going your way and you guys just wanted to gain advantage, get to that 20, or was it because you were more comfortable playing, a wider macro style?
Of course, we play a lot more aggressive when we have the lead, like the early game, but then things didn't go our way, so we started to play more defensive. We have the structure advantage. We don't need to take risks. We're just going to play it slow, and that's exactly what we did. They played smart, though. They played like really aggressive, caught us a couple times, but we knew that if we just like keep even, we're going to win. So that forced them to play really, really aggressive, and that's like when we punished them really hard at the end.
Cool.
It's really cool to hear that insight. Like, I mean, to hear that level of play develop in the amateur scene in Heroes Hype is really cool. We got the cast you guys earlier this season, so I thought it was really cool to see you make it to the grand finals and to win, or the grand finals of week 5 and to win. So again, congratulations to you guys. Last question: are you ready, Jazz?
Let's go. Let's do it.
What percentage Scorpion are you, and what percentage Raccoon are you?
I'd say we started pretty half and half, but we found a creature that could potentially replace the Raccoon, but I don't want to spoil anything. But like, you have
change
to
on the horizon.
Keep it between us, as if we're not being streamed. But yeah.
Yeah, just between it. Just between it. Yeah.
So it's less and less Raccoon, and maybe some other creature will emerge.
We have yet to see their final form.
Yeah.
But congratulations again, Jazz.
Thank you.
Very, very fun performance. Hope to see you guys again soon, and we should see you again soon. Next week will be the finals, so I'm looking forward to you showing up and doing your thing there, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Another exciting conclusion to Heroes Hype Tempo Storm series. First of all, thanks to everyone who came out. I hope you guys enjoyed the games as much as we did. I was yucking it up all night. Special thanks to the admins for Heroes Hype, and a big thanks to Tempo Storm, who have really made things awesome around here. Their partnership and ability to they've retweeted, they've supported the effort for an organization that's been such a pillar to the Heroes of the Storm community to jump in and support a pillar in the amateur scene this way. This is really cool. So thanks to the Tempo Storm for that. But yeah, next week everything is on the line. That prize pool will be played for in the finals. These teams have showed up week in and week out. They've jockeyed for position. They've gotten their points. And it's going to be amazing. Like, I'm really excited. Hope to see you guys there. Special thanks to the Source for showing up, man. Always fun to cast with my twin.
Yeah, clearly. Same.
Professor. Same. Professor. Follow this man at the Source AL. Where else can they find you, man?
Right now, that's primarily where I'm starting to stream a little bit more, but we'll see what the days have in store in terms of what a stream schedule could look like. So, for now, Twitter's where it's at, and thanks for having me come in and sub today.
Yeah, man, it was fun. We'll have to cast again soon, but for now, that's the last game we have for the night. This was Heroes Hype Tempo Storm Week 5. Again, next week, you want to be there for the finals. It all comes down to that. Again, my name is Lauren. It's been my pleasure to cast for you guys, and we'll see you again next week. But for now, have a good night.